Hello, welcome to Australian Citizenship Class on YouTube. Episode 31. Today's episode is taken from Part 3 of Australian Citizenship, Our Common Bond. We are going to have a look at how are laws enforced on page 31. How are laws enforced? The courts. The courts in Australia are independent. This means that they administer justice based on an interpretation of written laws, the common law, and the merits of a case, without the external pressure of government, the media, or the general public. A court will decide if a person has or has not broken the law and decide the penalty. A penalty is a punishment for breaking the law, such as a fine, order to do community service, or imprisonment. Courts can only base their decision on the evidence before them. Evidence is information like documents, photographs of a crime scene, or witness testimony presented in court to prove whether someone committed a crime. The judge or magistrate is the highest authority in a court. They are independent and no one can tell them what to decide. Judges and magistrates are appointed by the government, but the government cannot take their jobs away if it disagrees with their decisions. Do you remember in episode 23 where we talked about the separation of powers in Australia? This is the system that divides up decision-making power so that no one person or group has all the power. The legislature, or parliament, has the power to make and change laws. The executive has the power to put law into action, often through government agencies. So the parliament and executive work together closely. The judiciary interprets law and makes judgments on legal disputes. Courts and judges are independent of parliament and government. Courts must always operate in accordance with the rule of law principles to ensure that they act according to the law and not beyond it. Juries. In Australia's court system, people are considered innocent until they are found guilty in a court. Every person has the right to be represented by a lawyer in court. A court will use a jury in some cases to decide if a person has broken the law. The role of a jury is to decide in court if a person is innocent or guilty. A jury is a group of ordinary Australian citizens randomly chosen from the general population. The judge explains the law to the jury. In a criminal trial, if the jury finds a person guilty, the judge decides the penalty. The police. The police maintain peace and order in the community. It is their job to protect life and property. They are independent of the government. If the police believe that someone has broken the law, they can arrest them and bring them before a court of law. The police may give evidence in court, but the court decides if a person is guilty or not. The states and the Northern Territory have their own police forces. They deal with crimes under state and territory laws. Australia also has a national police force called the Australian Federal Police, or AFP. The AFP investigates crimes against federal laws, for example, drug trafficking, crimes against national security, and crimes against the environment. The AFP is also responsible for general police work in the Australian Capital Territory. The police and the community have a good relationship in Australia. You can report crimes and seek assistance from your local police. In Australia, it is a serious crime to bribe the police. It is a crime to even offer a bribe to a police officer. Let's say the key words together. The courts. Independent. Penalty. Evidence. Judges and magistrates. Highest authority. Juries. Innocent until proven guilty. The police. Protect life and property. State Territory Police. Australian Federal Police. Bribing the police is against the law. Let's have a look at our practice test question. Judges and magistrates. A. Protect life and property. B. Are appointed by the government, but the government cannot take their jobs away if it disagrees with their decisions. C. Are a group of ordinary Australian citizens randomly chosen from the general population. We know that A. Protect life and property is the job of the police, not judges and magistrates. So A is not the answer to this question. We know that C, a group of ordinary Australian citizens randomly chosen from the general population, describes members of a jury. Any Australian citizen can be called on for jury duty, where they have to go to court and help decide if someone is innocent or guilty. So C is not the answer to this question. The answer to this question is B. Judges and magistrates are appointed by the government, but the government cannot take their jobs away if it disagrees with their decisions. That's it for today's video. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments section. I'll do my best to help in any way I can. If you found this video helpful, please click on like and subscribe to help me grow this channel. This will also help you see when new episodes are ready to watch. See you in the next episode.